Hello Wargamers, it's me Callum from TableTopBanter, and today we have another video for you. This time it is a final roundup of the £25 Army Challenge. You may remember I started this back at the end of January. Well, I came home and I finally had time to paint up all these minis, and here we are. It's my 500 points of Necrons. We are going to see them hopefully on the tabletop fairly soon. And of course this begs the question where to go from here. Well, once I can get myself a bit more organised with my student loans and stuff, and once I know what's coming in and what's going out, etc, etc, I will hopefully be running the challenge again, this time taking my Necrons from 500 points to 1000 with the same budget. This is actually going to be much harder because before I used 2 HQ choices and now they're both filled up in my combined arms. I do have a plan. I won't share it with you just yet, but it's going to really fulfill the part of the Necron fluff that I absolutely adore. So you'll get an idea for what kind of Necron player I want to be, and it isn't going to be the kind of Decurion win at all costs kind of guy. It is going to be this looks like I imagine Necrons should look. So what I'll do is I'll just bring up our Necron Overlord here, and we will get a closer look at him, and then we will go on to the Cryptek. So if we would like to focus, that would be absolutely brilliant. Or it's going to not. Should be on autofocus. Sorry, using my sister's camera this time, and it just doesn't seem to want to focus. Bear with me 1 minute, guys. Let's see what we can get going here. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. That took a little longer than I wanted it to, but here we are. Here we have our Necron Overlord with a... Well, it's going to be a War Scythe and in my list because that's probably the best way to take him. Looking very shiny. Of course, we've all seen this fellow before. I absolutely love his cape and his back. Absolutely fantastic. And what I'm going to do now is bring up our Cryptek. Apologies for the bit of fuzz whilst I just bring up Senior Cryptek. Now, for any of the older Necron players out there, you'll know this as a Pariah, which is why my Cryptek's name is Pariah Kelly, making a comeback here. I actually really like the Pariah models, and I'm kind of gutted now because I would have loved to have done some more. However, I obviously don't have that opportunity as the line has been discontinued. Did manage to get this guy for 99p. He is my standing Cryptek with a Solar Staff or Staff of Light. Can't remember which one I've equipped him with, but he's basically there to be a bit of a nuisance. And then behind both of those characters lay the real core of the army. 20 Necron warriors, 2 units of 10. Although ideally this is exactly how I'd run them. Cryptek and Overlord with a unit of 20 would be pretty cool. But hey, we can't win every battle. So yeah, this is what I've managed to come up with. You can see the paint scheme is my own. I could have left it at just bare metal, and to be fair, that would have been so much quicker, and I would have had this done a few weeks ago, because to do a base coat of lead belcher on 10 guys took me half an hour. To do the wash, I had to wait for it to dry, so let's say that's another half an hour. And then the dry brushing and the highlighting took another half an hour. So in an hour and a half, I can get 10 guys done. So in 3 hours, I could have 20 Necron warriors finished. Obviously, with this, there's a little bit more time for waiting for stuff to dry, so I can apply different coats and stuff. I've taken a bit of care over the base. Not a load, but a bit. And I am really, really happy with how they've turned out. I think they look really cool. They look as Necron should, but with a bit of colour just to make them stand out, to make them pop a little bit more. So I do hope you've enjoyed this series. It just proves that this hobby, yes, it can be expensive, but for £22, which is what I spent, just under, I think, £21.95 rings a bell, I have managed to put together a 500-point Necron army. And I know that it can be done with other models. Hint, Harry's managed to do it. And he actually picked up a really good deal, and on an army you wouldn't think you could get that cheap. And then Nick from Idic Beer, of course, he has got his Dark Eldar in for much less than £25 for 500 points. He's done way more than that, I think about 1,000 points almost. So what we have here is a nice little 500 point army more to come with the Necrons, but they are going to be my keep it cheap kind of army, because I'm not mega invested in the fluff, but I'm not a very competitive player. I just really wanted them because they all look like miniature Terminators, which is why my Overlord is called Arnor. Nothing to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger at all, honestly. But Arnor is my Overlord, along with Cryptek, Pariah Kelly. So there you have it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you like what you see? I still have to work on how to use this camera very well. I'm actually using my sister's at home because she's into her photography, as well as my girlfriend. I kind of lucked out there, if I'm brutally honest. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. It's been me, Callum, from Tabletop Banter. 2 links in the description below. Don't forget to go check them out as well. One is to the Legion of Gamza Facebook page, the other to the Tabletop Banter blog page. So that's everything from me. Thank you very much, and don't forget, have fun.